If you've ever told yourself, one day I'll own a '69 Camaro, today I'm going to tell you the truth. You can absolutely buy one under 50 grand, but you can also blow 50 grand and still end up with a nightmare. We're talking first-generation Chevrolet Camaro, 1967 to 1969, the poster child of American classic cars. And in today's market, a solid driver usually lives around 30K to 50K, sometimes less if you accept compromises, sometimes way more if you want the rare stuff. So here's the promise. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what you're really buying, what separates a smart purchase from a money pit, and whether the '67-'69 Camaro is a legit affordable classic car for you or a trap disguised as chrome. Because on paper, this is the dream. V8 rumble, rear-wheel drive, classic lines, and that "I've made it" vibe. This car sits in that sweet spot between pony car and muscle car. Quick note, a pony car is basically a sporty, affordable two-door with a long hood and short deck. The Mustang started it, and the Camaro came in swinging to compete. And who usually loves this car? It's the guy who wants a weekend toy with real presence. It's the guy who wants his first taste of the classic world, maybe a starter classic car, but still wants something that turns heads at every gas station. It's also the guy who secretly hopes it might be a classic car investment, or at least not lose money. So let's break it down like a real-world buyer guide, not a romantic poster on your garage wall.
The Camaro exists because Ford forced Chevrolet's hand. In the mid-1960s, the Mustang hit the market and basically invented a new category overnight. Chevrolet didn't want to just watch Ford print money and build a whole culture around one car. So GM moved fast. And when I say fast, I mean they had to develop a brand new competitor quickly without messing up quality, cost, or options. That's how we got the Camaro, a car built to be highly configurable. Chevrolet wanted a platform that could be cheap enough for an entry buyer, strong enough for V8 power, and flexible enough to offer multiple trims, packages, and personalities. And it worked, because you could buy a base 6-cylinder Camaro that looked cool, or you could order one that was basically a street brawler. The Camaro launched as a 1967 model year, and it landed like a direct message to Mustang owners. We're here now. Was it a failure? Not even close. Sales were strong across 1967, 1968, and 1969. Hundreds of thousands of cars over those 3 years. It didn't outsell the Mustang in that period, but that almost doesn't matter. What matters is Chevy built an icon on the first try, and by 1969, the Camaro had fully stamped itself into American muscle history. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the first-gen Camaro isn't just a car, it's a menu. You had packages like RS, Rally Sport, mostly appearance and style upgrades, SS, Super Sport, performance image, often paired with bigger V8 power, Z28, the serious one. The Z28 was created with racing in mind, especially Trans Am racing, which was huge for brand credibility. Trans Am was road racing for pony cars, and winning there meant your car wasn't just fast in a straight line, it could handle. That mattered because it made the Camaro more than a cruiser, it made it legitimate. And culturally, the Camaro became a symbol, the working guy's dream performance coupe. It wasn't the fancy luxury thing, it was the I want power, style, and attitude thing. Two quick historical nuggets you can use as conversation starters at any car meet. First, the Camaro had Indy 500 pace car history. In 1967, a Camaro convertible was used as the pace car, which is a big deal in American car culture. Second, 1969 is the year everybody obsesses over, partly because the styling got more aggressive, and partly because of the legendary special order stuff that exists in that year. If you've heard the term Copo Camaro, that's 1969 magic. Copo was basically a backdoor ordering system for dealers to get special combinations, including absolutely wild big block setups. Those cars are ultra collectible, and they also distort the market because people see 1969 Camaro and assume every one is worth a fortune. Reality check, most 1969 Camaros are not those cars. Most are normal builds, and that's good news for you because it keeps some of them within classic car under $50,000 territory. So why is it still desired today? Because it nails 4 things at once: the look, the sound, the history, and the community support. You can buy a first-gen Camaro and instantly have a tribe: parts, forums, shops, knowledge, events. That's a huge deal for a first-time classic buyer.
Let's talk about what you're actually getting mechanically, in plain English.
The first-gen Camaro came with everything from a basic inline-six to serious V8 engines. Engines, what you'll actually see on the market. Most affordable listings you'll run into are inline-six, 230 cubic inch. Cool for originality, but not exciting. Think classic cruiser, not muscle. Small block V8s like 327 and 350. This is the sweet spot for most buyers today. Big block 396, bigger torque, bigger heat, bigger thirst, bigger price. Power ratings back then can be a little misleading because the numbers were measured differently than modern cars. But for a simple mental range, six-cylinder cars are fine, small block V8 cars are fun and usable, big block cars are violent and expensive. Transmissions. You'll see 3-speed manual, basic, 4-speed manual, the fun one and collectible, and older automatics depending on the setup. If you want a weekend driver that feels classic but still enjoyable, a small block with a good automatic can be perfect. If you want the full experience, the vibe, the involvement, the 4-speed manual is hard to beat. The design, why people fall for it. This is where the Camaro earns its reputation. The first-gen Camaro has what I call street authority. Long hood, short trunk, low stance, wide shoulders. The 1969 especially looks like it's leaning forward even when parked. It photographs well, it sounds right, and when it's done properly, it doesn't look like a cute old car. It looks like a statement. But now let's get honest about ownership, because the biggest risk is not the engine. The biggest risk is the body, the metal, the rust. Common problems, the stuff that bites buyers. 1. Rust. Check floors, trunk pan, rear quarter panels, wheel arches, lower fenders, and especially areas where water sits or drains poorly. If you don't know what you're looking at, bring a magnet, bring a flashlight, and don't be afraid to pay for a pre-purchase inspection. Rust repair is not a weekend project. It's often thousands to tens of thousands of dollars. 2. Old wiring and electrical gremlins. You'll see hacked wiring, bad grounds, random switches, dim lights, gauges that half work. Not usually catastrophic, but it can be annoying and time-consuming. 3. Cooling issues. V8 Camaros can run hot if the radiator is tired, the fan setup is wrong, timing is off, or it's been modified without a plan. Overheating kills fun fast. 4. Suspension and steering wear. Old bushings, sloppy steering, tired shocks, all normal. The good news is these parts are available. The bad news is people ignore them and then blame the car for driving like an old boat. Parts availability and maintenance cost in the real world. This is one of the Camaro's best points. Parts support is excellent in the US. If you buy a small block Camaro and treat it like a classic, maintenance can be medium, sometimes even reasonable, because the ecosystem is huge. But here's the catch. Mechanical parts are usually easier and cheaper than you think. Body and trim parts can be expensive. Chrome, badges, interior trim, correct earpieces, and quality paintwork. So I'd call it mechanical cost, low to medium, body finish cost, medium to high. Is it easy for beginners? It can be a great starter classic car if you buy the right one. Beginner friendly, strong community, lots of parts, tons of knowledge, simple mechanics. Beginner dangerous, the market is full of clones and half-finished projects, and beginners overpay for shiny paint. Simple buying rule, buy the best body you can afford. Paint and chrome can fool you. Rust and bad repairs will bankrupt you. What to look for when buying? Straight talk checklist. Look underneath, always. Ask for photos before restoration if it was restored. Check door gaps and panel alignment. Bad gaps usually mean past damage or bad work. Ask what's original, what's replaced, and what's upgraded. If someone claims SS or Z28, don't accept vibes. Ask for documentation. A well-built resto mod can be a better weekend car than a tired original, but collector value usually favors originality.
All right, money talk. Your researched range for a 67-69 Camaro is roughly $30K to $50K, and that's realistic for a good driver. But your expectations must match your budget. What $30K to $50K usually buys? Most of the time, in that range, you're looking at a small block V8 car, decent paint and interior, not perfect, not ultra rare, and often not numbers matching. Numbers matching means the engine and major components match the original factory identifiers for that specific car. Collectors pay for that. So within this range, think of it as a budget classic car version of the dream. Still awesome, but not the museum piece. What pushes it above $50K? Prices climb fast when you get into true SS cars with desirable specs, real Z28 documentation, big block cars in excellent condition, rare options, or show-quality restorations. That's why the first-gen Camaro is tricky. The name is famous, so sellers price the dream even when the car doesn't match the dream. This is where your mindset matters. This video is a classic car buyer guide, so here's the honest split. Who should seriously consider a 1967-1969 Camaro? You should seriously consider it if you want a high-impact weekend car with a huge support network, you want an American classic that always gets attention, you're okay with older tech, and you can be patient and buy based on condition, not emotion. In that case, yes, it can absolutely be a classic car under $50K that delivers big. Who should not buy one? Avoid it if you need it to be reliable like a modern daily driver. You hate chasing little issues, you're stretching your finances just to get one, or you're expecting investment returns without paying for pedigree. Classic car investment potential. The market rewards rarity, documentation, and quality. It does not reward, I put a shiny clone because it looked cool. Will it appreciate? Generally, the best, rarest, most authentic examples tend to hold value well and can climb. Average drivers tend to be more stable. Poorly done restorations and questionable cars can lose money. So if your goal is classic car investment, your budget needs to be higher and your buying standards need to be stricter. If your goal is the best experience per dollar, a clean small block driver is often the smartest move. Comparisons, other classics, and even modern cars. For $40K to $50K, you could buy a newer performance car with modern brakes and reliability, but it won't feel like 1969. It won't get the same reactions, and it won't have that piece of America vibe. Classic alternatives that may offer more value. First, second-gen Camaro, 1970-1981, often cheaper, still cool, more budget-friendly entry point. Second, Pontiac Firebird, similar spirit, sometimes better value due to less price premium. Third, classic Mustang Coupe, huge part support and community, but you may still pay a popularity tax. Final verdict. If you buy smart, the 67-69 Camaro can be one of the best emotional purchases you'll ever make. If you buy with your heart and ignore rust and paperwork, it can be one of the most expensive mistakes you'll ever make.
Let's sum it up fast. The good? Iconic styling, huge community, great parts support, and the presence only American classic cars have. The bad? Rust and bodywork can destroy your budget. Clones are everywhere, and the Camaro name makes people overpay. My verdict? As a weekend toy, a well-bought small block 67 to 69 Camaro is a fantastic, affordable classic car. But as a beginner purchase, it's only a safe starter classic car if you prioritize body condition and documentation over shiny paint. Would you buy a first-gen Camaro for $40,000? What year would you pick? 1967, 1968, or 1969? And why? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more classic car under 50K breakdowns and honest buyer guides like this, hit subscribe, because this channel is all about the dream cars you can actually buy.